Sure.
Greetings and welcome on board the WKOK Live Telephone Talk Show. Our director refused to direct, so I wasn't sure if I should talk or not.
Well, go ahead. What the heck? Am I overdoing it a little bit?
Kevin just tore his headphones off.
I just realized here it is either Monday or Friday, and I'm not supposed to be here, so I'm going to be leaving. I see Ben is over there.
Yeah, this week is mussed up.
It's not Friday?
I know. It's not. It's Monday. It must be Monday.
I'm still celebrating Canadian Day.
Oh, well.
Yeah, you were out of control on that day.
That was...
Hey.
Yeah, and excuse me, and may I? And please.
Are they polite in Canada?
Oh, my goodness, yes. Wonderfully so. Wonderfully
I had no idea. I didn't notice. I've been to Canada. I never noticed.
Probably you should not be the ugly American in Canada, since, after all, they are Americans, too.
Well, that's true. We're all in America one way or another. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome on board WKOK's live telephone talk show. We got a double co-host duo today. Both Van and Than are here.
Or Van and Thin.
And it's an opportunity for us to, and we're going to explore some of the issues we talked about earlier. We thought with the state budget in place, although still with the governor with his arms folded at his desk, looking at the budget, wondering what he should do next. It would be a good thing to talk about education because we feel differently about that, and we three feel quite differently about some other topics too, so we thought it'd be good to kind of review some of the important viewpoints on all of these issues.
Activist judges, perhaps. And my most important question this morning is, what does it mean in football, soccer, when it says the judges can add whatever time at the end they would like to? I didn't understand that at all. It'll depend upon what the judges decide to add at the end.
That's one I can explain for you.
I can't wait.
During the game, there is actual time that is not being taken off the clock that the referees keep on the field, and that's called time added. Not extra time, that's actually their version of overtime, but they'll add time or add minutes to the end of each segment, whether it be the half or even extra time, as it was yesterday, to recoup the lost time for out-of-bounds plays. And so
forth. I see. So every time the ball goes out of bounds, their clock starts.
Right. Now,
okay, I got it.
Now, quite honestly, why they don't stop the clock, like in football and things like that, I don't know.
It is football.
but American football. My apologies. Yes.
Well, was I correct in noticing that there's sometimes when they're playing and the clock isn't running? But if they're actually playing, it is running.
No, the clock continues to run the 90 minutes, the 45-minute halves constantly. They actually keep stoppage time, is what they call it, on the field. So they'll add 1 minute, 2 minute, or 3 minutes of stoppage time. Now, ESPN did make a mistake audibly yesterday. If you were watching the extra time, which is their version of overtime, the United States coach was rather verbal in the fact that he was not happy that only 1 minute of stoppage time was added in the extra time or overtime period, and left a word fly that you probably wouldn't normally hear on television at, like 6 o'clock in the evening.
With a German accent.
Oh,
yes.
Shucks.
No, it was a little harsher than that. I believe he said phooey.
Okay.
But those are things that hopefully they will look to change, because it's very confusing, and it adds to the suspicion of who's controlling the game.
That's a great point. And his argument was 1 minute. You're only adding 1 minute. The U.S. was down 2-0. They scored the goal to actually make it 2-1 in extra time with about, I would say, 10 minutes left, if memory serves.
And had about 3 or 4 chances to tie that game.
But he was actually hurrying his players off of the celebration so that they could keep going, and they wouldn't lose too much time to get back in this game and send it to penalty kicks. Unfortunately, like I said, the only stoppage time they added was 1 minute, and it wasn't near enough.
Yeah, sorry to bring up sports this morning, but I did wonder what that was, and congratulations to the United States team, depending on how many people on the team are from the United States, actually, for doing a pretty darn good job.
The goal scorer was actually has dual citizenship and could have played for Germany and chose to play for the U.S.
Boy, was he something else. I don't even understand
19 years old.
Green.
and I saw the very end of the contest, and that guy, had 15 or 16 saves, which is a record?
That was Howard, the goalie.
Yeah.
Oh, Howard, the goalie. Well, I don't know the names
and
of
he
these
will
guys.
be on the Wheaties box in probably the next 2 to 3 weeks.
He has the record for the most saves in a World Cup event, and they started keeping records 50 years ago.
And you think about saves from the media or from the marketing standpoint of companies. What companies offer something that can save you? So look for him to be on the spokesman for State Farm, or maybe some national company in the next Gronier Insurance in the next 3 weeks to a month. You look for his face to be all over.
But I think that was a fair question, Thane, because I think there were quite a few people that are not normally soccer fans or even sports fans that were engrossed in this particular moment.
I'm definitely not a soccer fan, but that's because it has to do with a ball or a puck. I'm just not interested. But I did watch it because so many people do, and I must admit, it's a rather exciting game if two of the best teams in the world are playing, I guess. And probably if your son or daughter is playing in high school.
I will say this. I'm not a soccer fan, but the extra time, again, the two 15-minute overtime periods in soccer, that was the most exciting moment of this game. And I have to admit, I was riveted in that final 30 minutes. The first 90 minutes did not excite me whatsoever.
Why play the first 90? Just go to the extra time.
I know. The first 90 didn't do anything for me, but the last 30 were some of the best minutes I've ever spent watching soccer.
Since I'm the usual Wednesday co-host, I should bring up the fact that probably we have some sponsors. And Mark would like to probably tell us who they are, and the sponsors would like to be mentioned.
Are you giving him extra time?
I am. I think so.
He's got 5 minutes of stoppage time.
I'm just hoping that we can go back to not caring about soccer again soon.
Hey, just now. It just happened. It went blip.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the pivot point in history. All right, folks, you saw it. Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome on board. Our webcam is up and running. We invite you to go to WKOK.com, click on the webcam. You just can't get a clear picture, better audio. It sounds fantastic to listen to. Wonderful to watch. It's a 24-hour archive. Kevin has made it just the perfect way for you to enjoy on the mark. So we invite you to watch it live, but if you don't catch the show and you want to catch it later, you can watch it on the 24-hour archive that is the webcam. So do please check that out. You can join the soon-to-be 8 billion people on the planet, all of whom